Lewiston. Be two fantastic state championship games about to kick off here at the 2:30 hour. Class B and Class D over in Lewiston.
I kind of wish we had picture-in-picture to kind of follow along between the two games, but we're going to have our hands full here today. This is going to be kind of a throwback old-school football here.
There you go.
Lawrence won the toss, and breaking with recent tradition, they will elect to take the football and get the offense on the field first. Brandon will catch up with you at halftime. Thanks very much for joining us.
Stay warm back there.
He'll take care of all the stats for us. The Bulldogs wearing the white uniforms with gray helmets and gray numbers. Kennebunk's got the home blue new uniforms, white helmets and white numbers.
Sun trying to peek through here after this morning.
It would warm things up. Right now the temperature has dropped down to 44 degrees here in Portland. A bit of a breeze, wind out of the north at 18 miles an hour. It was 53 degrees when we started the Class A game at 11 o'clock, so a fairly noticeable drop in temperature.
And that
players will not mind one bit.
And that wind has picked up quite a bit too here.
Yes.
So, again, we talk about the special teams aspect of it and how they've loaded things up on that side of the football. And I like the decision to take the ball first here if you're Lawrence. Let's come out and let's establish the physical tone on offense. And I think that's kind of what they want to do. They're willing to do it on either side of the football, but if you can come out and establish early up front how you're going to play this football game, it's going to go a long way to setting the tone here this afternoon.
For the Bulldogs, Preston Roy is back deep. He's on the far side. Right in the middle is Colton Carter. He's number 32. Over on the near side, that's Gage Martin. Rams set to kick this away. Knox Christopher doing the kicking. That's Roy on the far side of the 18-yard line, and the Bulldogs won't get very far. Outstanding coverage downfield by Kennebunk. The 36 for the Rams was there, Ethan Burr, and Lawrence will take over. First down, their first drive of the game, the 19-yard line.
Yeah, the penetration that they get on the kick return is really, really good, and there's no real opportunity to do anything than just try and get what you can after the catch. Sets up really good defensive field position for Kennebunk.
Gavin Bolden, the center, leading the team out of the huddle. Michael Hamlin, the sophomore quarterback, wears number 7. Lawrence is going to shift around quite a bit. You'll see this an awful lot from the Bulldogs. Hand the ball up the gut to Gage Martin, the senior. And 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. The regional final win over Coney. Gets a couple here.
So this is going to be a real test in patience today as we watch this game as to who has the football because of the nature of the wing T, very misdirection based. They open up the game here with just a little fullback trap and just kind of get a feel for what are they going to show us when we line up there, get a couple yards on first down. Fact-finding mission, I call it.
See them shifting as they set up on the line. There's the pitch. And nowhere to go in the backfield. That's Colton Carter, I believe, 32. He is pressed right back. Plenty of penetration by the Rams. Greg Compton, the senior, number 5, was in the backfield.
Yeah, he's also aided out there. Zach Fine, number 41 for Kennebunk, as you look at the top of your screen. Does a good job using his hands at that defensive end position and washes himself to the outside and takes away the toss play from Lawrence here. They find themselves in a 3rd and long.
3rd and 6 coming up for the Bulldogs. On our center once again. He's rolling out. Hamlin looking downfield. Throws underneath. It's incomplete. He's trying to hook up with Gage Martin, but a 3 and out for the Bulldogs, and they'll have to punt it away.
Well, Gage Martin does a good job here on the waggle play. He's the first guy out. You see him down here. He's trying to get screened off there, and he does a great job. He blows up Moose Keys, whose job was to chip him and make sure he couldn't get out there. But he slowed him up just enough. The ball just out of his reach. Again, that's the hard part here when we talk about how similar they are. You practice against this every single day, and you work on it every single day. So big plays are going to be at a premium.
Hamlin is the punter. He'll kick it away. Taken over on the far side by the Rams. It was Jaden Homa, number 22. He's up near midfield, a good starting position for the first drive of the game for Kennebunk.
Yeah, they'll get the ball on their side, on the Lawrence side of the field at the 49-yard line. Just over midfield. Low line drive punt there, and get our first look at Kennebunk's offense here.
Ray Compton goes to work. Jonah Barstow in the backfield with him. Austin West. He's out in the wing to the near side. First play from scrimmage for the Rams. They'll hand that off. Moose Keys has some room. And Moose is rumbling across the 40-yard line, close to the first down marker.
Well, first play of the game here for them is buck sweep. Watch all the down blocking on the right side of your screen, and both guards pull, kick, and seal. There's your pull, there's your kick, there's your seal, and he's off to the races for a big first down play.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Gain of 10 for Keys. He's not usually the featured back, but it's quite an arsenal in the backfield with Keys, Barstow, and West. And the quarterback, Ray Compton. Jaden Homo just returned that kick or punt is out wide. This is Barstow. Barstow crossing the 35-yard line down to the 34. He's met there by Cam Stewart, number 68.
At tougher sledding this time here as we get Barstow's first carry of the game. And this is just belly here. So this is kind of the two staple plays of the wing T offense. You have buck sweep, and then you have belly, which is kind of the fullback power run. The guard tackle, this time they kick out on both sides, and the wingback just loops up through as the lead blocker. Pick up a 3 there for Barstow's first touch of the game.
2nd down and 7 for the Rams. They're in enemy territory. On a short field, Barstow again lowering his head. The 35-yard line, he's taken down there. Helped up to his feet, but one of the Lawrence Bulldogs, Lucas Proctor, number 88, the junior. 3rd down, and we'll call it 4 coming up for Kennebunk.
Yeah, so this is an interesting part of the field here for Kennebunk. What are we going to do here? You know, if we don't get the first down, are we close? You know, are we in position to maybe go for it here? Do we take a chance at a pass play and then come back to buck sweep, which is something we've had some success with early in this game? Interesting call here. This is kind of a pass formation.
Ian Pentland just came in. They fake it. Compton keeps it. The Bulldogs had him sniffed out, but he's crossed to the 30-yard line to the 25. That'll be a first down for Kennebunk.
What I like about this here is they've set you up and they've pulled a guy out of the box with the Twins, make you think pass here, and they come back with the option play the other way. They will run a lot of that option look out of the wing T here today.
Ball just shy of the 25-yard line. New setter down for the Rams. Coach Keith Noel. 1st and 10 for Kennebunk. Caden Stevens. He's the center. Leading his line out, James Spinney, Owen Bork, Mario Reel, and Gabe Jewett from left to right. Send the man in motion, but hand it to West. West lowers his head. He takes it to the 20-yard line.
Well, up front right now, Lawrence is not winning this battle. Kennebunk's offensive line is doing a great job here. Kind of a power play here. We got the kick-out block, and we got a great seam off the left side. They route out the defensive end and give themselves a chance to run off tackle here. And Kennebunk, the aggressors here offensively right away.
2nd down and 5 for Kennebunk. Nearing the red zone. Barstow on the handoff, got away. I won't get much further than that. The Bulldogs drive him back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Lawrence players there. Brian Littlefield, the senior, was there first.
It took all of them, too. He almost breaks this thing after the first thing. He gets stuck up here, but a little too high. Great finish of the block on the near side. Who's that big number 58 for Kennebunk? That's Gabe Jewett. Finishing his block allows Barstow a second effort at it, but it gave a chance for that Lawrence team to rally up and finish the tackle. It is not going to be an easy task to bring down 32 in blue today.
3rd down and 6 for Kennebunk. 7:13 remaining in the first quarter. Option play, the flip to Barstow. Barstow. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. We'll see where they spot the football. He's just short, actually, a yard shy. 4th down coming up. 4-down territory for the Rams here. You would think in the early going. 4th and 1.
Well, they've shown they can kick from here, 36 of the season long. Here's a look at the option play. Really good job by the defensive end to stand in there and make him pitch it. One thing I'd kind of like to see him do here is make the quarterback pay for pitching it, too. If he's going to pitch the football and you're within that half, 1 to 2, 1.5 steps, give him a good shot and make him want to pitch that earlier and make it easier to defend.
Brady Stone in the backfield now, number 1. The handoff, and this will be a first down. They gave it to old reliable Jonah Barstow, the senior, and that moves the sticks.
Well, this is just hammer and nail, and right now the hammer is in the hands of the Kennebunk Rams. just look at how they just stonewall that the defensive front from Lawrence. They're not getting much penetration, and they're creating little seams, and Barstow can just put his head down and plow ahead for the tough yards. This has been a impressive 8-play drive, and it's eating up most of the quarter.
About to pass the halfway mark of the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Kennebunk inside the red zone at the 11-yard line. Compton, the senior quarterback, finds the man in motion. That pitches to him. Sorry, Stone rather. Brady Stone shoved down, shy of the 10-yard line. Gage Martin, number 11, was in on that stop for the Bulldogs. Also Colby Neto, number 2.
Again, here we go, kind of that midline triple option, and that lead blocker in Barstow to get out in front as we get a look at Brady Stone carrying the football. Early pitch, like I said, the easiest way to defend option, turn it into toss, and that's what Lawrence did there, and they had a good job of no gain on the play.
Second down and 10, the 12-yard line officially. They can get a first down, the Rams. They can work that inside the 2. Right up the gut, Barstow lowers his head, he's in the end zone. A 12-yard run for Jonah Barstow, and Kennebunk draws first blood.
Well, this is, again, how they manipulate you with formations out of this wing T offense. They go to the twins. You've got to honor that. It pulls the guy out of the box. It changes the way that you want to line up and do things here. And then this is fullback trap right up the middle here with Barstow. That's a nice, clean trap block there. Number 52, Braden Lemire. Tremendous trap block to free Barstow.
Knox Christopher, the extra point is good with 5:13 to go. In the first quarter, Kennebunk a 7-0 lead. 5 different rushers, 52 yards all told. Didn't need to throw a pass on that drive.
Didn't need to throw a pass, and they had 4 first downs over 10 plays on that drive. That took up the better part of half of the quarter there. That's exactly what you wanted from Kennebunk if you're a fan of the Rams. 3 and out forced on Lawrence, and then you just drive down the field, 10 plays, 49 yards.
So if this was a boxing match, the first round definitely goes to the Rams. Probably a 10-8 score. They landed the punches. They defended well, and they've shown a very strong early sign of intent in this game, and they make the Lawrence Bulldogs play from behind.
Exactly. I would agree with that 10-8 score if this was a heavyweight boxing match. Landed more punches in that first round, and there were some significant body strikes in there, too. Very physical game up front, even though they kind of made Lawrence kind of on their heels a little bit. It was still pretty physical from the Bulldogs on that side of the football, too.
So Lawrence will get the ball back here. Line drive kick taken on the far side by the Bulldogs. That's Gage Martin. A good run back for Martin, too. He's still pushing the pile to the 43-yard line. That's what the Bulldogs needed. Some solid starting field goal position for the boys in white.
Well, that low-line drive kick, it's just high enough that it's easier to field on the run, and you've got your momentum coming into the coverage. If you're going to try and kick it deep, you'd like to get a little bit higher and more out to the side there. That made it a very easy return there and much-needed field position here for Lawrence. I know I say that, it's only their second drive of the game, but they need to get something going here.
On the 43-yard line for Michael Hamlin. A double handoff. It's coming back this way. Right down near midfield. That was Gavin Wilson on the carry. Cooper Sampson, number 17, was in to help make that stop. It's a gain of 3, second down and 7 for the Bulldogs.
This is counter handback, one of the staple misdirection plays in the wing T. You fake buck sweep one way, and you've got the wing back from the other side who comes back, receives the inside handoff. That's a timing critical play that you practice 3 or 4 times at least every day, and good execution there.
Kevin Lunt, the senior, on the far side. The give this time is to Colton Carter. Carter hit and dropped. The 47-yard line, got a little, but not very much.
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, Lawrence is doing a decent job of initial surge, but that second level here from Kennebunk is getting up in there, and they're laying the wood. These are some hard-hitting tackles. These are not, not that any tackle is generally soft, but these are violent tackles that are happening out there right now from this Kennebunk defense.
Not for the faint of heart so far here today. 3rd and 5 for Lawrence. They fake the pitch and hand it off instead, and it goes nowhere. Immediately in on that tackle, Owen Bork, and another 3 and out. Kennebunk defense stops the Bulldogs on that Martin carry.
Well, take a look at Owen Bork here. They try to get them on the counter play here. You've got the motion, you're thinking belly, they come back, but he just is able to sneak in behind where the pull came from, gets in what we call the back hip pocket of the pulling guard, and he makes his way upfield. That's another tough one here for Lawrence. They got a first down. They don't even, no first down on that drive. 2, 3 and outs for the Bulldogs.
Fumble the snap. Hamlin picks it up. Managed to get rid of it a little bit, but it's going to bounce out just across the 50-yard line by the looks of things. So another short field for the Rams. Already with a 7-0 lead with 3:17 to go here in the first quarter.
Well, that was near disastrous. Great job to get the ball back under control and at least get the kick away. But also really good discipline by Lawrence to not run into him. They kind of put the brakes on right in his lap. And Kennebunk could not ask for a better start to this game defensively. They forced 2 3 and outs. 6 plays run for Lawrence compared to the 10 and a touchdown for Kennebunk.
Ball on the 44-yard line, 3:17 remaining. In the first quarter, Barstow, who scored the touchdown, lowered his head, gains 3 or 4.
Again, this is all predicated on misdirection. So we talk about, on one side of the football, Kennebunk has the experience, and they've seen this, but the same with Lawrence, right? Coach Hurson's been running the wing tee since it was probably invented, and so he's got a really good beat on the different ways that you can dress things up and reading your keys. The big keys here, the center and the 2 guards, they're going to take you to the play. Don't fall for all that misdirection and motion in the backfield. Trust and read your keys.
West the wing on the near side. Keys, speaking of him, he's got the ball now. Who's Keys trying to turn the corner, was wrangled down from behind. Great pursuit by Gage Martin of the Bulldogs. No gain on the play, maybe a minimal gain. Lawrence player down. That is Martin who's shaken up.
Yeah, he came down awkwardly. He's, hate to see him hurt, but he's also lucky he didn't get a horse collar tackle as he's grabbing his right knee.
His knee that's bothering him here.
Yeah, but when he went in to make that tackle, it was kind of from behind at an awkward angle. He got Keys up back by the nameplate and kind of pulled him down, but got twisted in an awkward fashion there.
Northern Light Health is proud to support high school sports throughout Maine. Connecting with each other keeps Maine strong and healthy. Today more than ever, we ask you to check on yourself and your family and friends and ask, how are you? northernlighthealth.org/how are you?
We take a look at kind of the early part of this football game. This is a big 3rd down coming up here for the Lawrence defense, and kind of needing to get a stop here and get off the field and give your offense a chance. Back-to-back 3 and outs, and they really haven't moved the football. Not a lot in the way of yardage for Lawrence on one side of the football. Much better job here defensively. I mean, Barstow had that big first down run on this drive here, but a really big-time tackle there to stop Keys from getting out into the open field on the toss play.
So they'll attend to Gage Martin. He's not a player that you wouldn't want to lose anyone in a game like this, but Gage Martin's such a pivotal part of this Lawrence Bulldogs team offensively and defensively.
Oh, he's a huge part of what they want to do out there on both sides of the football. Senior defensive lineman. He's the, one of those guys that's, he's not the 2-way starter, but he's that 4th cog in that defensive line. And as they are tending to his knee and his leg there, it's certainly not, you never want, like you said, you don't want to have anybody ever get hurt, and you don't want to lose anybody, but especially here in a state game.
Especially a senior as well. Gage Martin, a senior player. He hops up, and that's good news. Hopefully it's a cramp that he can shake off. And he is trying to walk off. Let's hope that he's able to recover over on the sideline and re-enter this contest. Bulldogs need him, and especially senior year, you hate to lose a player. State championship game, but doesn't have a chance to come back next year.
We'll see what he tried to walk off there. He really couldn't put a lot of pressure on that right leg. Well, hopefully they're able to do some work on him and get him healthy here. It's an interesting substitution here for Coach Hurson, and how do you kind of replace him as best you can out there? Next man up mentality here for Lawrence.
3rd and 5 now for the Rams. 2:24 remaining. Compton wants it himself, and he will get stood up just across midfield, short of the first down marker. Ryan Littlefield, number 14, was there on the football. Also being pulled up, number 84, Gavin Lunt, the senior.
Watch Littlefield come from this linebacker position, stays low, and then is just able to bury his head and drive him back on the quarterback draw. That's a big stop there for the Lawrence defense.
Foxcroft Academy up in Lewiston today. They have a 21-0 lead on Wells.
Holy cow.
And that game has just gone to the second quarter.
Huh. That is...
You knew the ponies were for real, that's for sure. Back to receive the punch. Gavin Wilson's back there for the Bulldogs. And Wilson, nowhere near this. It's kicked away from him, and a good punt. Bounces out of bounds inside the 20. That's where the Bulldogs will take over with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter.
Well, Lawrence hasn't exactly been blessed with great field position on two of their drives. Their own 18, now their own 12. Well, what they really need to do is find a first down out here. 2 drives, both 3 and outs, no first downs for them. Meanwhile, 4 first downs on the opening drive for Kennebunk.
Another pin back at the 14-yard line with 1:37 remaining in the first quarter. Down 7-0 in the Class B state championship contest presented by Hammond Lumber.
It's more of a traditional wing tee look.
And there's the handoff. That's given to Colton Carter. Carter keeps those legs churning. Gets another extra yard there just on sheer effort.
Oh, this is all Carter here. I mean, he gets into that pile, and Lawrence is coming out of the pile with the football, but they're going to say no. His forward progress was stopped.
Yeah, and holding the ball up high is Greg Compton, but it'll stay Lawrence football. A new player in the game that's taken Martin's place is number 20, Maddox Santone.
So here we go, just kind of a downhill run play to get things going for Lawrence, and the much-needed yardage here. Again, just kind of this power play coming back to the left side. They have a really good surge, and then Carter brings it back to the other side and just moves the rugby scrum.
They got 7. Looking to pass now is Hamlin looking downfield. Almost intercepted, but the flag is thrown.
Well, this is a no-brainer pass interference call. And what a job to stand in there. Michael Hamlin, he has pressure in his face, and it gets to him really quick. He stands in, little underthrown off the back foot. Watch the pressure come up the middle. Number 72 with the great pressure up front. And then this is just short, and then a ton of hand fighting in there. And that's a no-brainer call. Number 41, Zach Fine, caught with his hands in the cookie jar there. And Lawrence will pick up their first down of the day.
Pass intended for Gavin Wilson out of the wing position. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. 43.4 seconds remaining in the first quarter. A give going out wide. A good first down run, and that's Colton Carter again.
Well, they found something here with this power play. Watch this. It's down, down, down at the top of your screen at the point of attack. The wing, the tackle, the tight end all come down, and then you've got the backside. It's just a tighter version of Buck's sweep, able to get off the edge and pick up another first down.
Bulldogs nearing midfield, 1st and 10. Handoff again to Carter. This time not quite as much, driven back by a host of Rams. Cooper Sampson, number 17, on top of the pile. He had some help.
Well, this is where you start to set up a counter. I think they went to counter maybe a little too early, but now you pounded off tackle a couple of times. You can come back with counter across the play now. You've been driving the ball into the boundary, into the shorter side of the field. They'll have time to think about it here at the quarter break.
7-0 Kennebunk after 1 quarter. Back to the second. We're after this in the Maine State Football Championships presented by Hammond Lumber Company and WHOU.live.
The moon's shadow falls across the earth, creating a narrow path of total darkness. As the sun is covered, the light around you changes, creating a sense of mystery and wonder. Only a lucky few will be in the path of the eclipse. Don't miss the opportunity to witness this amazing phenomenon. Totality has a final destination in the U.S., and that destination is Holton, Maine.
If you love pizza like we do, then come grab a slice from Market Pizza in downtown Holton and you'll understand why we take pizza seriously. Freshest and simple ingredients combined in extra large sizes to satisfy the biggest appetite. It's dine-in, takeout, and delivery of pizza, wings, craft beer, and more. Visit us in Market Square of Holton or give us a call 207-521-5045. Market Pizza of Holton, pizza with a history.
Welcome back to Fitzpatrick Stadium. Jared Richmond with Rob Kennedy, Brandon Terrell running stats for us here as Kennebunk has a 7-0 lead. Here comes Lawrence on the attack, number 22 running the football for them. Actually, sorry, 32 Colton Carter, a little bit of a gain off the right side there as we have action underway here in the second quarter of the Class B state championships. Ball now at the 49-yard line. A couple of no gainers on the last couple of plays here. Wing T formation for Lawrence from the 49-yard line. Counter hand back. This one's coming to the left side, just short of the first down. Gavin Wilson, the senior, on the carry. We'll see how close this is to a first down. It's going to be just inside of a yard. Hobbling off the field for Kennebunk. Number 58, or is that 56? That's number 58 for Kennebunk. Gabe Jewett, that's a big loss on the defensive line here. Is first big decision here for Hersom, Coach Hersom, about going for it here, and it looks like that Lawrence will do exactly that. Under center, Michael Hamlin. He hands off. This is Carter, and he gets the first down. Gets it down to the 38-yard line, and another first down for Lawrence. And they've got a drive pieced together here. Ball will be spotted at the 37-yard line.
More like it for the Bulldogs and their fans, I'm sure. Just underway here in the second quarter, and Lawrence working quickly. 3 straight behind the quarterback this time. Old-fashioned T, and Keith Noel has seen enough for now. He calls timeout for the Rams.
That's a good timeout there, but a couple of good back-to-back plays there. Carter off tackle that time, got the job done, and then Martin set things up for them. Let's take a look at this replay. This is more of a T formation coming downhill off the right edge. Really good block at the point of attack there. Looked like number 84 for Lawrence at the point of attack. Gavin Lunt, the senior wide receiver and linebacker, with a great block to kick out there.
Colton Carter now with 7 rushes for 33 yards here early in the second quarter. He had 221 carries against those capital area Rams, the Coney Rams, in the regional final. 23 carries, 221 yards. One heck of a day. One quiet day in the semis over Gardner. 43 yards and a touchdown. Gage Martin did most of the damage that day, as we thank Brandon Terrell for feeding us all the statistical information here.
He's got stock in note cards.
So 1st and 10 for Lawrence. They'll hand that off to Gavin Wilson. Wilson up near the 33-yard line where he's taken down. Moose Keys, number 21, in on that stop. Charles Makowski, number 76, for the Rams out there in blue.
So going to this old school straight T formation, this is just power here. Got an extra counter on that, and they're doing a really good job. So Lawrence able to mix some stuff up here. They found something here outside of their regular wing T stuff that seems to be working for them on this drive.
Old school T formation. Hamlin's rolling out. He's pressured, running for his life, and he makes it back near the line of scrimmage. James Spinney was in close pursuit. Makowski was over there as well. No gain on the play, and Hamlin did well just get back near the line of scrimmage.
He may have had a guy open downfield too. I thought he had an opportunity to get this thing downfield. So here's Waggle out of that. Yeah, they have 2 guys open, but they didn't layer the routes very well. So they're kind of on top of each other, playing defense on each other. If that middle route had stayed down 2 or 3 more yards, it's a much easier look.
Handoff on 3rd and 6 to Gavin Wilson. He's across the 30-yard line near the 29, short of the first down, but it's 4th and a short 2 coming up here for the Bulldogs, who will no doubt go for it.
Yeah, they went for it on 4th and 1. There's no reason not to go for it on 4th and 2. They've really kind of established themselves here on this drive.
Ball at the 29-yard line, 8:58 to go in the first half. Bulldogs down by 7, but driving here. 4th down. A handoff again, Gavin Wilson. And Wilson powers through and gets enough to move the sticks.
Well, right now, Lawrence has kind of found something that's really working for them in this straight D formation. 2 tight ends, 23 personnel. You don't see that very often. And right now, they're doing a great job of getting an extra blocker in there with that tight end, and they're powering it with the backfield. They're loaded up right now.
It's methodical, but it's very effective. Handoff again to Carter. Trying to break it outside. Several Rams out there, but he crosses the 20-yard line. I'm marking right on the 20. So we got about 6 on the carry. 2nd and 4 coming out for the Bulldogs.
Well, this is the kind of drive that they wanted to respond with here on their 3rd possession of the football game. And it's the misdirection in the backfield with those 2 outside backs in this T. They're spreading out and they're letting Barstow take the load here.
Santone with his first carry. He's up near the mark. Looks like they're marking him just shy of the first down stick. Number 20, Maddox Santone. He's a senior. Pressed into action with the injury to Gage Martin.
This is a fantastic drive right here, and you've got 3rd and inches. Maybe take a look at taking a shot here if you know you can convert on 4th down, or you just pound it ahead.
They'll pound it ahead this time. It's Colton Carter. He's got the first down. The Bulldogs will keep on marching.
There's a 12-play drive going on right now by Lawrence, and they are starting to execute. They've settled into the football game. They've got Kennebunk on their heels a little bit.
1st and 10 for Lawrence. Ball at the 14-yard line, 7:24. Clock rolling here in Portland to the 2nd quarter. Handoff this time to Gavin Wilson. And Wilson driven back. And across the line of scrimmage was met there and pushed back. First man to the ball was 85, Jonathan Hines.
This is great discipline at the linebacker level to kind of wait for the wash to clear out, and that was let in there. Brady Stone at the linebacker level. Let things clear out. Let the pull happen. Let them get everyone accounted for. Take a step, read your keys, and flow into the play. He did a really good job of that. Number 1 on your screen, you see him right there at that left linebacker position. That was really great linebacker. Put that on the clinic film.
Shotgun set now. First time we've seen this. Michael Hamlin. They hand the ball off. That was given to Carter again, number 32. Spread the field a little bit, handed to Carter back the other way. It's a 3rd and 3 for Lawrence with 6:24 remaining.
Jet sweep, but it's really buck sweep if you watch the line play up front. It's just a different way to dress up the same play. Guard, guard, pull. It's still a buck sweep look, but they just do it out of a different formation. So again, plays that you're used to, but they dress it up in different ways.
Gabe Jewett, the senior, came limping off the field for Kennebunk. He's a 2-way player on both sides of the offensive and defensive line. A keeper this time to Hamlin. He'll split up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence. Michael Hamlin. And the Bulldogs strike back. 7-6.
What a cut by Hamlin on this. Watch the middle of the offensive line just open up. He looks to run off tackle, but he puts his foot in the ground and cuts up. Watch this right here. He's looking to kind of go off tackle, and then look at that cut right there. And what a great block. Number 85 for Lawrence on that. We've talked about him before. The 84, I couldn't tell. Gavin Lunt. But that's a great block and a good job of being patient as he cuts up field for the tying score.
Now, will be if they hit the extra points. It was up, and it is good. Aaron Craig drilled it down the middle, and the Bulldogs respond. 5:56 remaining in the first half. Kennebunk 7, Lawrence 7.
15 plays, 88 yards on the drive, and they took up the better part of this quarter. This is not going to be the same like we talked about earlier today, where you've got teams that throw the football and you're going to have shorter possessions at times that the clock doesn't grind down. That was all run there. They wanted to try and they didn't even look to throw the football, really, if you look back on that drive. 15 plays.
Today's game brought to you in part by the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety, who encourages you to continue demonstrating your teamwork when driving by focusing on driving safely.
Look at this, first 2 drives, only 6 yards. 78 yards on their 3rd drive, therefore.
Trying to turn things around a few of the Bulldogs, and now the Rams respond again. Good heavyweight fight shaping up here in the Class B championship game. Glad you're watching wherever you are on WHOU.live. 2 men deep for the Rams. Brady Stone back there with Austin West. West will pick it up at the 20-yard line. West had a seam, and he bolts ahead to the 40-yard line. Good starting field position. Tackle made by Aaron Craig, number 80.
when he gets the friendly hop here. This bounces right into his hands as he works his way in there. You kind of want to make sure he catches that on the fly, but then gets up through and breaks a couple of tackles there.
Craig was the end of that play, didn't make the tackle. He was the kicker who came up and almost had to make a last gasp tackle. Referees want to stop the clock, get something sorted over by the Lawrence sideline.
And the chains are tangled up there.
That's what it is.
Well, those are all officials. You're going the other way. There we go.
First and -10.
If this was August, I'd say it's preseason for all of us, but this is it.
So first down for the Rams. Ray Compton. Compton keeps it himself. Trying to roll outside and forced out of bounds by the Lawrence sideline. Number 32, Colton Carter was over there. He got the first hand on the Rams quarterback.
Now Compton hangs onto this ball for a real long time. This is option. Looks like he's going to give, but then he pulls out at the last second. Watch this. He's got that in there for a long time with Barstow. Then he gets it out of there at the last second and evacuates the scene and gets upfield for 8.
Thought 7 on that. Looked more like 8 to me, but 2nd and 3 on the scoreboard. We'll go with that. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Tie game. And up the gut, and Barstow tripped up as he hit the line of scrimmage, falling forward near the first down marker. Bring up a 3rd and 1 for the Rams.
That was about to go too if he doesn't get tripped up, but
I think that was 68 Cam Stewart with the other Cam out there, 66 Cam Dostie. 3rd down and a yard coming up for the Rams,
very quick moving opening half.
4:41, clock rolling. Left in the second quarter. 3rd and 1 here. A push right up the middle. We'll give Kennebunk a first down.
That's Compton on the quarterback sneak. Only 1 combined pass attempts, and they're untangling quite the pile down there.
Not unsurprising at all as far as what we expected in this game. Caden Stevens, the center, who did the blocking for Compton on that sneak, being helped off the turf. It's a first down for the Rams.
Well, this is an ideal situation for the Rams right now. 4.5 minutes, 3 timeouts, and you get the ball to start the second half. We're entering what we call the middle 8, right? Those 4 minutes before and after halftime. Lawrence really would love to get a stop here and try one more crack at it.
Wing T, the handoff off the gut. Jonah Barstow did not fool anybody. All the Bulldogs there to drive him back. Number 43, Preston Roy, the junior, came back to make first contact. It's a loss of 2.
Well, this is Belly again, but he shoots through the gap. He's able to get in there right away. They recognize Belly, and he flies up in there. That's a big start to this sequence of plays here. Get Kennebunk behind the chains. Make it tougher for them to convert.
2nd and 12. Same wing T formation the Rams have used pretty much all day. Take the handoff. Compton wants to throw and has a little time. The ball is a bit of a floater, and it's caught anyway. Austin West downfield. That hung up there a while, and it looked for a bit like it might have been a chance to be intercepted as Cole Quirian was coming back on it, the cornerback for the Bulldogs, but West gathers it in, and the Rams in the red zone.
He's your play-action waggle on this play, and this thing is severely underthrown. They do a good job of taking away the first couple of layers. It's the backside post route that they hit. That's one that you usually don't get out of waggle, and all of a sudden, that's a big-time catch and throw. Kennebunk is in position.
36 yards. Here's the handoff, this time to Brady Stone, who breaks it. And Stone in for the touchdown, a 15-yard run for number 1, a junior, puts Kennebunk on top.
Well, take a look at this. You come right back out of that long pass play with a power run to regain the lead here. And this is a good individual effort. They don't really cleanly block this up front, does Kennebunk, but he does a great job at turning the corner, putting his right foot in the ground, and getting uphill.
Knox Christopher out there again. He splits the uprights. 3:04 remaining in the first half. Kennebunk with the 14-7 lead.
Well, Lawrence isn't really known for being the quick strike kind of team here. Also, they have 8 points on the
Yeah, they
board.
put the extra point up on the wrong side.
Yeah, I was
They'll have to
gonna
fix
say.
that, so they'll get switched.
There we go.
Lawrence is 3:04 to go, and of course, they took the ball when they won the toss. It was Kennebunk's ball when they come out of halftime. Bulldogs still have a couple of timeouts remaining.
The 2 timeouts, they have an opportunity to pound the football here a little bit. The 3 timeouts, you don't have to get away from everything that you normally do here, but
You have 3 timeouts. I was reading the quarter, not the timeout.
Yeah.
Wrong side of the scoreboard there. Did you say it's preseason for all of us?
yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Here in mid-November.
Well, Lawrence hasn't attempted a pass yet in this game, so they're going to have to do that here. Oh, they've got 1 pass, sorry. 1 pass.
It's been a game that's been played on the ground as we expected it would be. Bulldogs will run this back. Good speedy run right up the gut, so identify that Lawrence player in just a moment once he gets off the bottom of the pile. Number 43 for the Bulldogs, Preston Roy.
You can see here now they're starting to really get better coverage from a blocking standpoint on kick return, on their 3rd kick return of the game for Lawrence. At the ball at their own 36-yard line, just under 3 to go with 3 timeouts. Let's see how they approach it. And Kennebunk does not like the look they have out there defensively, or they're missing somebody. They're trying to figure out what's going on out there.
Keith Newell call timeout for the Rams.
Well, they only had 10 guys out there. They were short a guy, yeah.
That's their 2nd timeout here in this first half, so 2:59 remaining. I'll take a quick stoppage here. Today's game brought to you by Coca-Cola Bottling Northeast. Our friends Coca-Cola Beverages Northeast. Proud to support the MPA and its championships. Learn more about our great partners at CokeNortheast.com.
So with 3 minutes to go here, and you're primarily a pound and ground run-based team, you're going to have to take a couple of shot plays through the air here if you want to try and score before halftime. But also at what expense here? You don't want to put yourself in a position where you turn the ball over, maybe give Kennebunk 1 more crack at it here. Although your last drive was really effective, it took a long time to matriculate the ball down the field, 15 plays over the course of about 7 minutes. They don't have that luxury of time right now.
2:59 to go, and all 3 of their timeouts. Shotgun here for Michael Hamlin. They'll make that pitch. That's Colton Carter. And Carter breaking tackles across midfield. Finally wrestled down.
There's a student body left here. They use the H-back in motion to kind of act like the pull, and they've got a whole sea of bodies out in front of him there, and he's able to almost break this. And you got 1 guy kind of hanging on by his life on the ankles there, Austin West.
And Jaden Homa came on top. A screen pass. And down the sideline. It's out of bounds. So identify that player all the way on the far side of the field. I think it's Stain Zawistowski, number 3, and it is.
Yeah, but this is coming back. We're going to get a block in the back against Lawrence on this screen play out there wide.
How many penalties in this game so far?
Not many at all. But take a look here. Watch the top of your screen. That is 100% a block in the back. That's pretty straightforward on that.
Each team now with 1 penalty, like Terrell says. 10-yard penalty assessed against the Bulldogs, and Kennebunk, of course, called pass interference for 15 yards earlier in the game. So 1st and 20 now for Lawrence, with 2:38 remaining in this half. Ball back on their side of midfield at the 44-yard line.
2.5 minutes to go here. Going to work out of the shotgun. The gun tee, if you will.
Carter's to the right of his quarterback. It's the keeper this time by Hamlin. And Hamlin crossing midfield, dragged down by Moose Keys at the 40-yard line.
I'll tell you what, I like how they're using this formation out of the gun. They're still running their base wing tee stuff out of the gun, and they've got tremendous rushing lanes that have opened up because of them spacing the ball out, spacing the field out with their offensive set, getting defenders out of the box.
16 yards for Hamlin, 2nd down, and a long 4 coming up for the Bulldogs. Hand off this time to Carter. Carter, the 35-yard line. See if he had enough for a 1st down here. A little close.
Well, you got to start thinking about your timeouts if you're Coach Herson with 1:40 to go here. You're moving the ball. You're getting the first downs. That should stop the clock.
Stop the clock at 1:41, so 1st and 10 for Lawrence. Ball on the 36-yard line.
So you kind of get the free timeout there, but don't be surprised to see him start firing him off here. It's a really effective drive.
See if they throw this time. Oh, the pitch is to Carter again. Carter hit hard by Brady Stone, absorbed the contact. Wheels his way ahead to the 30-yard line. He got 6.
The yards after contact are impressive. Watch this here. We get a good kick-out block on the bottom of the screen here, and then he's able to cut up through, but he's got yards after contact. He finishes and falls forward.
Carter again, similar play. Trying to bounce it outside. Has some room, dragged down. Touchdown saving tackle by Austin West, but damage done. A big gain for Carter, and the Bulldogs move the chains.
Well, this is all the stuff that they normally run, but now they're doing it out of the gun. This is just a single guy coming around here to kind of run that buck sweep action, and they get it out in space, and that was a shoestring tackle. Timeout Lawrence here. 57 seconds to go, and this is about as quick strike as you can be in the wing T offense, but again, it's the same plays that they're running, but they've just done it from a different formation, and now the blocking up front is still very sound, but now Kennebunk has to honor those guys on the outside, so you've opened up some better running lanes and some better blocking angles because they can't stack the box on you.
They're very effective here and surgical, really, in the way they've approached this drive. You're right, they're not really a quick strike team, but they have not wasted any time between plays, and they have really executed very effectively on this particular drive, trying to tie things up with 57 seconds remaining in the first half.
Well, they clearly are onto something here because this drive, just being in the shotgun and still running your wing T stuff has been, Kennebunk has struggled to kind of identify that it's still the same play set.
On the 16-yard line, 1st and 10. 2 timeouts to go for Lawrence as they're in the red zone. Michael Hamlin. Carter in the backfield with him. So is Cam Dostie as they're getting set to line up. You don't see Dostie in the backfield. It's not the big senior. The referee may want to
maybe add some time onto the
time
clock.
on the clock, I'm guessing.
He's communicating up to the top here. It's at 57 seconds now. Coach Herson was about as far out on the field as you could get. They've added a few seconds. It's up to 1:02.
1:02 on the clock, indeed. Westowski's moved out wide. Gavin Lunt joins him over on the left side. First down for the Bulldogs in the red zone. Hamlin back to pass. Has some room on the right side. Here he comes. Hamlin inside the 10. Brady Stone shoves him out of bounds.
Well, he scrambles here. I thought he had the wheel route open on the top side of the screen, but there's a late rotation over there. Take a look here. Left side. It's the back out of the backfield. They had him on the top side, but I think he makes the smarter choice. It's a tough throw to come all the way back across the field. He's able to get positive yards and get out of bounds.
Heady play by the sophomore to get out and stop the clock, not burning one of the 2 remaining timeouts. Gain of 8 yards, 2nd and 2. 55 seconds remaining.
They can get a first down without scoring.
Carter in the backfield again. They'll give it to him. Carter going to turn back inside. There's no getting away from Cooper Sampson. 17 ripped the ball free along with Compton, but the play was dead. 3rd down coming up here for the Bulldogs.
Don't know if he cuts this up earlier, if he's going to have a touchdown or not. Let's take a look here. Looked like there was a little bit of a seam here on the right side. Yeah, there's a little bit of a cutback lane, but he's not going to see that where he's coming from there. Really good edge play there by the Rams, and now we've got a 3rd and short with 46 seconds to go and 1 timeout left for Coach Herson.
Bulldogs take their 2nd timeout here. The game is flying, but as you might expect in a situation like this, is close. It's going to slow down a bit inside the last 2 minutes as one team's driving, in this case the Bulldogs. Very entertaining first half. And some games you come in, you prep for them, you don't get anything near what you expect. And then there's this game, which is exactly how we expected it to go so far, a physical battle. Mostly done on the ground here in the first 24 minutes, minus 46.5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this has been exactly as advertised. Hard-hitting, just smash-mouth running football game. Not much in the way of the aerial attack for either team. And they're just looking to, this is who they are. They both embrace their identity, and they've not changed who they are for this game. And You got two very distinct styles that are very complementary to each other.
It's 3rd down and 2 for Lawrence. Shotgun formation again. Carter to the left of Hamlin. Hamlin looking to pass. Throwing into the end zone. Bobbled. Was it caught? It was! Touchdown, Lawrence. I think that was Luntz. 84, it was. And the Bulldogs down a point with 41.4 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they're going to try and throw this thing right over the middle here, and it's going to get tipped around, and then Lunt just comes in at the last second and gets underneath that, does get a hand underneath that. That would definitely stand up under replay.
The extra point is good. Driven true by the Bulldogs, Aaron Craig, and it's 14-14 with 41.4 seconds left to go until halftime.
Wonder what the quarterback rating math is on Hamlin. 1 for 2, 9 yards and a touchdown. Let's see if we can see that one more time and see how this whole thing plays out here. 3rd and short, not a bad time to take a shot at the end zone. You still have that one timeout if you need to run the football to get it. But here we are, just an in-breaking route over the top. That's a tremendous defensive play by Greg Compton. He can't play it any better than that. And Lunt's just there to scoop that thing into the last second. But
he was the one who tipped it in the air in the first place and came down with it. So far in this contest, Brendan Terrell informs us, Lawrence has run 30 plays, 28 of them have been rushes. Kennebunk, 24 plays, 23 have been rushes. Yeah, this is exactly what we thought would happen. They are who we thought they were.
Not a lot of what we would call offensive balance in this game.
It's going to be ground and pound by both teams.
We got 28 combined points, which is more than we had in the first half of the Class A game.
We had 10 combined points in that contest. A lot of flags and a lot of stoppages, too. This one is more old school football. Bouncer picked up at the 25-yard line and falling down with that immediately for the Rams, Brady Roy. Kennebunk with 41 seconds to work. They have one timeout.
So this is an interesting decision here. If we're going to throw the football, if we're Kennebunk, or we're just going to say it's 14-14. Let's regroup here. It's been we're exactly where we want to be.
They get the ball coming out of halftime, so we'll see if that influences Coach Noel's decision to be a little bit more conservative. We'll see.
Well, they did hit the long pass earlier on that last drive that set up a touchdown here.
They're coming out. 2 receivers wide to the near side for Ray Compton. They hand the ball off to Barstow again. Barstow tripped up, falls forward to the 35-yard line. Rams will let the clock run with 30 seconds to go after a gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Well, they hit belly here with Barstow, and this has been one of their best plays of the day, over and over again. He's able to come up through belly down on this one. Gets upfield. I would imagine there's probably just one more run play. If he can break one, he can break one, or they're going to huck it up here.
We'll see. Shotgun set. Compton rolling, looking, firing downfield. And it is intercepted. Low risk, high reward in that situation. The interception won't matter as the time expires. But Cole Aquarian had an interception against Coney, an interception against Gardner. He's got one in 3 straight games, all 3 postseason games for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, this is underthrown here. It's kind of an arm punt. Like you said, low risk, high reward on this play here. Slow developing. He probably could have thrown that wheel just a little bit quicker, and then it's kind of just makes its way back into triple coverage there. And Lawrence will take the knee, and gladly so here in what's been a very entertaining first half of football.
It's one knee for the Bulldogs. They'll take it, and that's it for the first half here in Portland in the Class B state championship game. Kennebunk 14, Lawrence 14. It's gone back and forth.
Yeah, it really has, and I think it took a little bit for Lawrence to find their identity, right? Their first 2 drives, 2 3 and out. Since then, 15-play touchdown drive, and then that 2-minute drill drive there. 9 plays to score a touchdown there. So a couple of long drives, and they've shown the ability Lawrence has to be quick striking in either facet of the game while still running the football. And then you also take a look at Kennebunk. They've put together a couple of nice drives of their own. The 6-play scoring drive to get the score to 14-7 here. So buckle up. This is going to be one heck of a second half.
It's already been fun for the first 24 minutes, and we'll take ourselves a break. When we come back, we'll get Brandon Terrell back on a headset on Myself and Jared Richmond will talk about half number 1 here in Portland. Kennebunk 14, Lawrence 14. You're watching the MPA Maine State Football Class